Good morning, everybody. Looks like we've got 4 people watching live, which is fantastic. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out. Unfortunately, today's stream is going to be a little bit different because while today was supposed to be the launch of PrintAQuest, the Kickstarter, as illustrated there, I guess, I have come down with a heck of a head cold. I am feeling absolutely just like I definitely could not run a full-length stream here. But on top of that, I definitely think that running a Kickstarter would be a bit much for me right now. So I'm going to delay. I'm going to postpone the launch of PrintAQuest for 1 week. We will do this same time next week. Next Wednesday, we will launch Kickstarter. The cough drops I'm sucking on aren't helping much. And I've also got the FlashForge Adventure 5X on the side, making an awful lot of noise right now in preparation for another video. So it's just not ideal situations. Plus, I'm stuck in a dungeon. I mean, dungeon of my own creation, but you know, what do we do here? Hey, Brian, thanks for being here. I will get better. However, if you guys do have any questions about PrintAQuest, please pop them into the chat. I would like to hear your thoughts, and I do want to go over one quick thing before we start proper. So let me just jump in here. Okay, so this is there was a questionnaire for what expansion do you guys want to see show up in the future of PrintAQuest. I like all of my Kickstarters, I want these to be guided by y'all. And there were, I sent this out to my Patreons. I sent this out to my mailing list. I sent this out to my Twitter, just in general, and I have gotten a grand whopping 7 responses, which tells me that either nobody cares, they're just here to support me, and I love you guys for that, and thank you, or nobody has any opinions, or what. I don't know. I don't know quite what this means, but I do want to go over some of the suggestions. So one person's suggestion was, as far as hero minis go, a mechanical automaton. That is 100% already going to happen, so great. A rogue. Awesome. I like to put a little twist on the minis that I'm doing. So what makes this rogue interesting? A fighter, mage, priest, thief. Excellent. Love them all. I mean, I'd be down with just doing the lineup from the old animated series. Print a questionnaire. Oh, God. Oh, dang. Brian, why do I not consult you before I name these things? Dang gummit, Brian. A wizard. Definitely want a wizard in there. I think that, and I may just have to do a bunch of generic minis, or I may just have to show people how to make their own generic minis. Magic user, elven rogue, or elven archer, elven rogue, brawny barbarian. I have a twist for the barbarian, but we'll talk about that. Typical hero tropes, but if you're trying to keep it down to a minimum, the mystical magic user for sure. All right, I will put that on the list. And then there is the bard and the dread pirate. I so want to do the dread pirate. Oh my gosh, I want to do the dread pirate. Oh, I'm so down with that. All right, monsters. We got skeleton warrior. Sorry, that was my phone. I didn't put it on mute. Let's mute the phone. Do not disturb. Grazie. Skeleton warrior. I love skeleton warriors. I think they're fun to model as well. They're going to be fun to make printable. Hold on. I could feel that coming. A gargoyle. I think we need a gargoyle, right? We got to have a gargoyle. I haven't figured out how gargoyles will fit into the world of PrintAQuest, which I'll talk about in a little bit. Apologies, life has been a whole thing, and it's challenging for me to pay attention too much or give meaningful feedback these days. And that's fine, Lady Asla. The other thing is, okay, I'll talk about this in just 1 second. Phone noises is a moot point now. I so don't understand that saying. It's M-O-O-T, but it's a word that we don't use anymore. Sorry, off track. Orc, goblin. We got goblins. We got goblins aplenty. Dragon, huge spider, skeleton. I definitely want to do huge spiders. In fact, I would love if we get to doing a enchanted forest terrain that the main boss of that be a really big spider with a bunch of little spiders that we're fighting as well. Or a troll, because I like the idea of like a mossy sort of almost like it's made out of plants, like a plant, like a troll that's made out of plants. Because in D&D, the trolls have incredible regenerative abilities. Like they'll cut off their own head just to show how well they can regenerate stuff. What if they're plants? Plants don't care what you cut off; they'll keep growing. And so, let's make a plant-like troll and make him be and make the whole quest of that entire area being that we can add healing magic to our party so that we can heal mid fight so that we can extend the length of fights and stuff like that, I think. A huge spider that's actually 100 smaller spiders in a trench coat. I don't even want to. There was a oh my goodness. There was like I think it was the Ultimate Spider-Man series, and it probably came out in the 2000s, where one of Spider-Man's classmates saw that he figured out that he got powers after being bitten by the spider. So he went back and he found the spider and it was dead. So he ate the spider and he ended up becoming 1,000 spiders in a human suit. And it just, oh yeah, wow. Helium magic, very uplifting. Yes. God, you are in rare form today, Brian. Or maybe not so rare for you. Everyone does fancy monsters. How about some generally dangerous real animals? Bear, lion, etc. Ooh, I likey. I like. Yeah. Responded earlier, but I had a goofy idea. Vampire capybara. I mean, that's just a rodent of unusual size, which I'm down with. Lich boss that keeps respawning until you break his phylactery. I have an idea for a lich boss. My lich is Egyptian themed. Not that he's Egyptian. What happened is he went to Egypt thinking that they had the keys to immortality, and he just dug the style. And so he ends up dressing up like that. But Cthulhu. I'm not sure what a cat... Is that Cthulhu? Do I have to do a Cthulhu now? Yeah, okay. Storyteller. I'm not sure what a storyteller is. Although I think it would be funny to model the DM from the Dungeons & Dragons cartoon and make him a character. So the DM is a character in another game, but he's that would be a thing. Gargoyles will fit into PrintAQuest on the corners looking down. Agreed. Mystic Garden. Yeah, that's pretty easy. Celestial Sky. Oh, these are new terrains, by the way. So we're talking about whole new sets of terrains. And when I get to the point where I'll be doing new sets of terrains, they will be like 27 different things that I will have to model to make happen. So that'll be a big job. Cute kitten, eldritch horror. I mean, let's face it, most cats think they are eldritch horrors. Technological landscape. That is a bit vague. Are we talking futuristic, or are we talking like some sort of past steampunk? Because, I mean, past steampunk is cool, and I'm 100% down with that. Forest, I think that's a given. Castle, ruins, sure. Cavern, I like it. Like naturally, like stalactites and stuff, I like it. Woods, yes. A tavern, which I really, really like. I like the idea of there being the ability to build a tavern. And in the story that I'm creating for PrintAQuest, our heroes go to a safe house and receive instructions from another wizard who's at a distance in a crystal ball, basically Charlie's Angels. And I'd like them to have to defend that at some point. I'd also like them to have other defense situations. So, cabin style blocks, like log cabins, that would be great for horror. Yeah, I'm down. Made mention of stairways before. Oftentimes the scenarios I create, getting the stairwell is a way I get to end some of the dungeon games. Sometimes forces the group to split, and what's on the other end. Yeah, I like the idea of excuse me, of multi-dimensional adventures and stuff like that. And that's the thing about these. I mean, right now, hold on. My initial set, I'm building flat. Okay? Ooh, that's messing with my chroma keying. But my initial set, I'm building flat, but there is no reason why this couldn't have dimensionality to it. And I think in the future, we're definitely going to explore that. Pillars, altars. I like the idea of saying, okay, our first set are these stone sets. And I think that a future expansion could be like, let's just decorate those. Let's add windows and let's add altars and pillars. The fire swamp. I love the fire swamp. I'm 100% down with the fire swamp. Yes. That is pretty good. So one thing that I wanted to mention is that I feel like in this Kickstarter, there's basically 3 audiences, like Lincoln Logs, but print a block. I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking more along the lines of just like the wall would be Lincoln Log shaped, but not that it would be actual Lincoln Logs. But it could be. I could play with that. What was I saying? There are 3 audiences that I feel like I'm trying to satisfy in this Kickstarter. First of all, there's the audience who I think most of the people who are here right now are probably representing. They're the people who don't really care what I'm making. They just want to support me because they want to support me. And I could make a Kickstarter about, I don't know, something stupid. And they would be, yes, we'll back you up on that one. And I want to say thank you. I want to take all of you people and put you on my gratitude shelf, and every day just take you down and give you a little thanks for just being the awesome people that you are. Thank you. Professional social media playset, LinkedIn logs. I like it. So you folks who will support me no matter what I'm doing, I thank you very much. But the problem with that group is that there's not much I can do to satisfy you, because you're already satisfied. You want to, if I'm in it, you're satisfied. That's all you want to do. I want this to reach a larger audience. And as part of that larger audience, I need to identify who they are. So there's the people who want minis and stuff because they play D&D. And I want this to satisfy that group. I want this to be generic enough. Yeah, and thank you. Thank you so much. I want this to be generic enough that it will satisfy that group. So the people who want D&D, or people who want to use this to make D&D minis and stuff like that. But at the same time, there's an aspect of this that is uniquely PrintAQuest, and it's partially so that I have a reason to develop this. That is to say, if I were just making D&D minis, I got a little secret for you guys. I don't actually play D&D. I know what people want in D&D minis because it's pretty easy, but I feel like there are so many people satisfying that. I do feel that PrintAQuest satisfies that in a way that others don't. Most other 3D printable terrain for Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that are very difficult to store, and PrintAQuest is very easy to store. And so I feel like PrintAQuest kind of has a leg up compared to other printable terrain sets. But I want PrintAQuest to satisfy people who just want that situation. But I don't play a lot of D&D, and my original plan for this was just to satisfy those people. But as I started making these minis, I inadvertently gave them character. So Ken says, print a bobblehead, which that would be an absolutely dumb one. Yeah, absolutely, Ken. Thank you for giving me the dumb Kickstarter idea that I absolutely should not do. So if we sent you a picture, will you model us, print us, and put us on a shelf? I mean, okay. I feel like that. Okay, Ken, you've given me something to chew on for a little bit. I'm gonna put that. We'll put that idea. We'll put a pin in that idea for now. We'll come back to it later. So let me show you something real fast. So this is the knight that I created for PrintAQuest, and he is, he's a knight. He's got a sword and he's got armor, and I dig his armor. I think I did a pretty good job with it. He's got a flowing cape and stuff like that. He looks good. He looks real good. This is not the pose that he will be in when he's. This is the pose that he'll be in when he's a mini, because this is a much more printable pose. You'll notice that no supports necessary to print him like this. But then when he, and I kind of animated. I didn't intentionally animate this, but I just used the animation feature to put him in two different poses. So, that's just cool, right? But if you look closely at this character, let me put him back in his hero pose. You'll notice that inside the armor, there's, the armor's being lifted up, and there's a little creature peeking out from it. And if you look inside the helmet, there's a little creature inside there. And if we go to material preview so you can see into shadows, there's a third one poking out of the shoulder here. He is not a knight. He is, in fact, 3 kobolds in a suit of armor. So yeah, that was that silly. And I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help myself from just adding a little bit of extra character to these minis. And the problem was, once I started adding character, I realized that I was tapping into a story. Here's another one. This is a dwarf, but a couple of things happened when I made him. First of all, okay, it's thinking too hard about the shaders. Oh, I flat out broke my thing. Okay, it's going to be chewing on that for a second. But this dwarf ended up being too short. I made him too short, and I gave him a gun. And I gave him a gun because I thought dwarfs with a gun would be a really cool thing. But the combination of he's too short and he's got a gun, well, yeah, he's a diminutive dwarf. Even among the other dwarfs, he's short. That's why he has a mohawk, to make himself a little bit taller. That's why he has a gun, to give himself a little bit of extra reach. Like, I created character inadvertently, and then I had this story that I have been writing since I was in college. Here he is. Let's turn off that. So there's our diminutive dwarf. And I had this story that I've been writing since college, and I realized these characters would fit right into that story. So PrintAQuest started to become a vehicle for telling this story. Now, the fantasy world that I have in the story that is now the story of PrintAQuest, but was called The Alchemist's Apprentice, was not specifically D&D. In fact, I had my own system for magic in it, and the reason why magic and stuff exists in this world. So I love the gun, by the way. I think that is an absolutely beautiful. Like, if a dwarf is going to have a blunderbuss, that's what it's going to look like. It's going to just belch fire. So I had this story since I was in college called the Sorcerer's the Alchemist's Apprentice, and I originally wanted to use it for a video game, but I ended up not doing that because ambition and stuff like that. And then I thought, well, I could just write the story, and I started doing some outlines and stuff like that. And so I think PrintAQuest is going to become an outlet for that story, but the problem is that story is not D&D. So I'm trying to satisfy the audience who wants D&D minis, but also my own PrintAQuest world, its own unique thing. I'm not, like, that's just the way it's going to be. I'm going to be trying to satisfy those two audiences, and that's the way this Kickstarter is going to be. Where was I going with this? I don't know. I think the head cold is finally getting to me, so I'm probably going to have to stop that. He's going to fire that weapon and move backwards 20 feet. Yeah. Oh. I hadn't, I'm not building that into a game mechanic. The way the game mechanic works is he has an attack range of 2. That's all. He can hit things that are further away than other people can. Let's see. Let's go back to the computer screen real fast because I pulled up my goblins here. I realized after I printed my goblins that I had made a mistake, that that they're not sitting on the minis. I redid the minis afterwards, and after doing that, yeah, his hand is hovering there. So I've got to adjust the pose of this guy. So I'll do that while I'm talking to you guys. But yeah, so that's actually, maybe I should just hold on. Maybe I should just move him down. And make sure I'm not accidentally setting keyframes. We'll just do that. Will those render okay, or are they goblin resources? Yeah, I mean they're mind goblins for sure. I'm not going to finish that joke. Anyways, but if you guys know that joke, it's a laugh. Oh, I don't. Why is his shoulder poking through there? I mean, it won't show on the mini. People won't be able to tell. But I think I need to. Are we symmetrized? Good. Did that fix it? Almost. Let's just burp. Nope. There we go. I love the 3 kobolds in the suit. 3 kobolds in the suit of armor. Love it. Yeah. I think it's a hilarious idea. I think the idea of like, but the thing is, in this world, nobody's going to realize that there are 3 goblins or three kobolds in the suit of armor. They're just going to assume that he's just really quiet, that he's just a stoic knight who helps the people and doesn't expect, and I mean they're just doing it for a laugh. They're not in it because they're heroic or anything. They're in it because they think it's kind of funny, because it is. But yeah, they're not. I love the idea of 3 kobolds who stumbled across a suit of armor. I also love the idea, like in my mind, there's a scene where they discover this suit of armor, and they're like, "Oh, it's already got a support structure inside of it. Oh no, the support structure is too brittle and thin. Let's just use some wood and make something better." And they take out the bones that are decaying and stuff, but they don't. They just no respect for the dead. No respect for the dead. But why would they? They're kobolds in a suit of armor. I kind of I kind of love Blender for being able to edit these things. Oh, that looks good. Okay, that's placed properly. That works. All right, let's re-export number 3. In order to do this, I have all of these modifiers that I have to apply all at once. Let's go back to solid view so that we're not gobbling the resources. Anyways, so I've corrected a mini before you guys have even seen it. This is the dedication that I have to quality for you guys, making sure that it is the best possible that it can be. I discovered this mistake when I actually printed them at 150% scale for another project that I will be doing for a video. But I noticed, yeah, the hands were just floating because originally when I made these bases, they were flat. And I was like, oh, I'm going to curve them and put a little bevel on the edge. And then that, of course, messed up their contact with the bases. So we'll fix that. I'm fixing that now. It's fixed. But I'm going to call that it. Guys, next week, I promise, the 14th, we will launch this Kickstarter. We will get this going. I have got one more week to promote this, get this out to as many people as I can to make a as strong a presence as possible. So I hope to use this week well. But I'm gonna take a little nap. And then, hopefully I will have the thing is when you're sick, it's not difficult to make videos because you can edit out the coughs, but a live stream is different and different. Case in point. And, running a Kickstarter when you're not at 100% is probably not a good idea. So 1 week, we will see you guys back here in 1 week. Thank you, everybody who stopped by today. It was a pleasure having you. I honestly, Ken, I'm down with the idea of taking you guys and making little bobbleheads of you and putting you on the shelf and just patting your heads every once in a while in gratitude. You guys are wonderful. You guys are the wind beneath my wings. Thank you very much. I'm going to wrap it up here. And y'all have a good day. I'll see you next week. And let's get this party started then. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Talk to you later.